Welcome to another episode of Artificially Authentic. Nick Latour and Raul Rodriguez. And hey, Raul, guess what? I wrote a song with AI.
Really?
I did. You know, we have a kind of an intro kind of like thing, but like we need. You like music, right? Do you? I mean,
I do like music a lot. I'm not a professional performer like you are, but I do like music.
yeah, no, and I just feel like we need something, a little bit of audio stimulation at the beginning or end, or have, you know, let's build this out. And so I've been thinking about it, and I wrote a little little intro using ChatGPT.
Great, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, let me show you what I did here. So, I went to ChatGPT, and I don't. By the way, I don't know how to write music. I don't know any of this. I've never written a song. I never studied music. I like to sing in the shower and, you know, karaoke and stuff. But you've said this in previous episodes, Raul, and I remember this. You say, hey, if you don't know something, you don't even know how to start something, ask AI how to start something, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Ask how to do it. And that's what I did. I wrote, if I wanted to create a theme song, instrumental only for the Artificially Authentic podcast, how could I use ChatGPT to accomplish this task? Very basic. I had no clue where to start. The answer it gave me was mind-blowing. Well, it said you can't ask ChatGPT to spit out an MP3 directly, but you can use it as a virtual composer to plan, sketch, and even generate. And it wrote this crazy, like, very detailed way to then go back and ask ChatGPT how to write it. It's got basically like a sample prompt here, and it's got other tips, musical tips. I don't know how to read or write music, like I said. So like step one is define the mood and style with prompts. And then step two is generate a humanized MIDI or code sketch. I don't know what a lot of those words mean, but it's telling me how to do it. So essentially it gave me four or five prompts down here for how to do it. And I followed these prompts perfectly. And it was what it came out with on the first try was unbelievable. Does any of this stuff look familiar to you, by the way? Like this is
I studied music when I was a kid. With my ADHD, it was hard for me to sit down and practice, but I did a little music theory. This is way beyond me. This is pretty cool that it can return all of that. And even like, what is a Python script for?
I'm not sure. I should ask, but I think the Python script has to do with like how to basically tell ChatGPT how to code the music. Like,
wow,
it's creating drum patterns. You're telling it, hey, create a drum pattern with this coding, essentially, right?
That's amazing,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I basically used the prompts they told me. I said, great. Now show me that melody that it just wrote for me. And it told me to ask for ABC notation and give me a Python snippet to produce a sine wave pad for bars 1 to 4. It told me to ask that after it gave me some of this sort of blueprint, which I did. And it wrote a melody and explained what the melody was. It gave me the Python snippet here. And I followed the next prompt, which was combine those into a single Python script that mixes everything and export it as an MP3. So,
so you did the exporting in there?
Yes. So it told me to do that. It told me to write exactly this prompt. I prompted it to write me a prompt.
So I was going to ask you, where did you host Python script? Or because I know you're not a developer, right? And this is actually some great advice for all of our listeners who are not developers, who I assume are a majority. Like sometimes you shouldn't be scared when you see code, right? That was a very creative way of yours to run that, to ask it to run it. It's like, hey, here's the script. It's like, cool, I don't know what to do with this. Run it and give me the MP3. That was very smart.
Yeah. And by the way, I'll take full credit for being smart, but I can't because guess who told me to ask it to do it? I was told by ChatGPT to do all this. So pretty crazy. And it exported an MP3. Do you want to hear what it sounds like?
Hear it.
here was the MP3 that was played just on the first go round without me really knowing anything about music, with a basic, simple sort of prompt.
I like it.
Yeah, simple. It used the we asked it to be a little bit techie and a little bit human at the same time. It's catchy, it's fun. I like it a lot.
You don't think we need to add a horn or anything like that?
We totally could. In fact, what I did though, I haven't, and there's still room to tweak this, but I didn't quite. I thought it kind of ended harshly, and I thought we need to end. How do we end this in a proper way? And so, of course, it told me. I said, "Hey, I ran the code, but it's a bit muffled. How can I increase high frequencies and modify the envelope, maintain a warm yet techie feel?" By the way, this prompt also from ChatGPT. I'm not sure what envelope is, but it essentially kind of changed the tone. It told me here, feel free to tweak it, and so that's what I did. And it came out with something that was a little bit less sort of harsh, and that was cool. It also said, "Hey, so the next go round was a little bit harsh as well. It kind of ends on a it doesn't really have an outro." And I thought we needed to slow down and kind of end, because this could be at the end of our episode, right? So I said, "Hey, please add a 3-second outro to the song with the root chord as the final." I actually asked it, what's a good ending note for a theme song? And it said usually the root chord is a good ending note, which your music theory background might tell you is a good idea. So I did that, and it rewrote with an outro. You want to hear what that one sounds like?
I would love to.
All right. Sounds like this.
That's good.
Yeah, it's that little outro that it had.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, that's cool, but it's also loud to the end. Let's fade it away. So that was the simplest prompt to kind of wrap this all up was, hey, that's good. Add 3 more seconds and fade it from 100 to 0 during that last 3 seconds. Boom, clicked it, and it created this, which we'll play now for the audience. You see how it faded out at the end?
Yeah.
Cool, right?
Yep.
All right.
If any of our listeners are DJs, we also welcome some feedback.
For sure. I'm sure there's going to be some critics out there, but guess what, Raul? Now we have a theme song.
Great, I love it. I love the process of getting there. That was you did a great job at it. And again, playing around with the prompt and asking for feedback and asking the starting point, right? That's amazing.
Thanks, man. I'm learning. All thanks to you, buddy. I appreciate all the tips.
Awesome. Well, glad to see what we do with more with other creative items.
Yeah, that's going to be on a new episode. I'm sure that's going to be on an upcoming episode of Artificially Authentic. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you.